Hey everyone, today we'll be continuing our playthrough of Devil May Cry 1. Last time we finished up the Griffin fight, and today we'll be going into Mission 10. Taking a look at the power-ups here, I'm debating on whether to get either Air Hike or Round Trip at this part. I believe I decide on Round Trip as I kind of want more offensive options in our combat, so we'll go with that for now. This will allow us to throw Alistair around like a boomerang, which is going to be pretty useful, especially for aerial enemies. Alright, let's get started on Mission 10, Canyon of Mist. Here I consider switching back to the handguns, but I decide to stick with the grenade launcher because there might be mobs of enemies, so that crowd control is going to be more helpful. We see a glowing object on a tombstone, so we'll check that out right after we clear out all of these enemies. It's probably best to take out these fire guys first, as they're the most dangerous enemy of the bunch. Nothing too special here, just use your weapon of choice and deal with the crowd. I personally think the grenade launcher works very well for this encounter though, so highly recommend it. And it looks like we have some respawning enemies, so we'll just deal with the rest of them really quick and proceed forward. Okay, that should be all of them. Now let's take a look at that glowing object. It's a riddle of some kind. Valley of the Mist. One must choose the right path to enter the Lost Land. Only those who protect the weak light shall have the power to decipher the right path. Okay, so it's kind of like an escort mission, I guess. We'll just defeat the enemies and protect the light to continue forward. I'm not sure if you can take damage or not, though. Also, I wonder, if you're going for an S rank, could you just run past everything if you know the path? That might be worth trying, but it might also just reset you automatically. Okay, now we have these Reaper guys. Seems like guns are probably the way to go for this. Yeah, guns and aerial attacks seem to work pretty well on them. Actually, Ifrit's dive kick might be pretty effective. I should try that out next time. Yeah, when they are spinning around like this though, they are pretty hard to hit. It's best to wait until they just slow down. Also here I realized that they actually make a platform that you can stand on, which is pretty interesting. Listen to that laugh. 10 out of 10 sound design. Okay, time to fight some lizard men. I'll just slap him with some devil trigger juice. Double kill. Okay, not bad at all. Moving right along. Also, it seems like the right path is always just left, so that's interesting. Not today, lizard man. Okay, and here we have two rock spiders to fight. For this part, I actually recommend using holy water to deal with them. Um, at first, I didn't realize there were two of them in the same arena, so I just fought one normally, and then later I decided I'd use the holy water just to speed things up. Be careful here, because when you fight Phantom and he does this attack, you could just stab him and the fireball explodes and he gets interrupted. But these spiders shoot rocks, so if you try to do the same thing, it'll just get kind of smacked in the face, so don't do that. Okay, one down. Yeah, they even give you holy water in the arena, so it's kind of heavily implied that you should use it here. Unfortunately, I didn't realize this until after the fact. I do use the holy water on the second spider, but I wonder if you could use it on both. I'm not sure how wide the area of effect is on this item, but it seems like it kills everything on the screen, which is pretty busted. And moving right along, and yep, that's the mission. Pretty short, pretty simple. Yeah, especially if you use the holy water, it's not even a problem. We got a C rank here, but there are a few potential ways to save time. One, the holy water on the spiders, and two, if you know the path, maybe you can just skip everything. Just go left each time, unless it's randomized. It might be randomized. On to Mission 11, Fate. Offer the chalice and open the path. Taking a look at the power-ups again, I'm kind of debating here on whether I should get Vortex level 1 or just keep saving for Air Hike. I think Air Hike is more just for exploration and getting, extra items. Maybe it'll allow you to reach blue orbs or something. But honestly, I'd rather have the combat ability now, so we're gonna go with Vortex level 1 here. Alright, let's get started. Immediately into combat. Here we unlock an achievement. This is actually for getting 50% of the enemy files in the game, so looks like we've seen 50% of the enemies so far, which is kind of surprising. I figured we'd have seen more by this point. Man, this one Reaper is taking quite a lot of hits. I mean, I guess he is kind of like a mini-boss, so... Also, we get grabbed here, so I didn't even know they could do that, to be honest. Eat my Sith lightning. Okay, not a very bad fight, it's just kind of a time-consuming fight. But now we have this room to explore. We'll have a few important items to pick up. They do place red orbs around the upper area of the arena, just to kind of guide you in the right direction. Unfortunately, yeah, the slow run speed with exploration really does kind of slow things down, so that is one of my minor gripes with the game, but I am enjoying it quite a lot so far. The combat is starting to open up, and I'm a fan of that. I'm kind of surprised I wasn't close enough to that red orb to get it. Oh well, for now, let's just see where this platform goes, and we'll kind of chart out a course from there. And over there we see a green orb and a blue orb down below, or a blue orb fragment, I should say. So it's definitely worth exploring that to potentially upgrade your max health. Also to the right we see an opening in the floor, so it's very likely that we'll have to go into the well to go underground and come back up to get to that area. Just gonna grab a red orb here before dropping down into the well. And guess what? It's Lizard Man o'clock. Oof, got camera angled. And yeah, just a single enemy here, it's kind of odd. Also, there is an upgrade statue over here, but yeah, I didn't realize while I was playing, but I actually don't have any red orbs to use, so just kind of quickly back out of that menu. More interestingly though, we do have a breakable wall here, and it just so happens to have more lizardmen behind it. So I would recommend using the grenade launcher here. It's a pretty closed space, so you're more than likely to hit all of them if you fire. Also, if they're all bunched up like this, activating Devil Trigger mode and just going to town using your sword or Ifrit, you'll be able to deal with them pretty quickly. And here we get a blue orb fragment, which is excellent. We also get a trophy for completing a blue orb, so always nice. One step closer to completion. I don't know if I'll be completing this game though, to be honest. But yeah, maybe, we'll see. And here we get the Sign of Chastity, a taxidermic organ coated by crystal. Within it is the Sign of Chastity that's necessary for searching the chalice. That sounds very Bloodborne to me. Oh hey, also you get some free red orbs up here, so that's nice. And again, we'll deal with these lizard men. Since they're all bunched up right here, it's actually really nice if you can just activate Devil Trigger and take them all out really quickly. Yeah, we can get some pretty good combos here. Okay, and moving on. First, we'll head back to the platform and do one more sweep of the area. And actually, I'm glad that I did this final sweep because I reached an upper area that has a devil star that we didn't see before. So you know, exploration kind of pays off sometimes. And here we also see that other blue orb down there that we'll still have to go get, so we'll have to do another round on the platform. To get the blue orb, jump from this position and you'll be able to grab on the ledge, and then you'll jump up and drop down through the broken panel in the glass, and that should land you the blue orb. Or blue orb fragment, I should say. There we go, nice. Alright, so now that we have everything in this area, I think we are good to move on. Alright, so now we'll have to head back on out. Also, I see that red orb there, but I don't particularly mind. I think it's probably not worth it to go through the extra platform ride just for that. It looks like we have a chalice over there on that pedestal, but I'm going to scope out the area just a little bit first. We see a green orb down here. Currently we're at full health, so I'll save that for later. And here we'll use the sign of chastity on the chalice, and we'll see what happens. Chalice, the cup which held the blood of the divine dead. Okay, and now we have a boss fight. This is another reoccurring boss. I actually really like that bosses are reoccurring in this game. It gives them a little bit more personality, I think. Okay, so again, this boss basically has Dante's moveset. I find doing the multi-thrust combo is really effective against him, and just use Devil Trigger as much as you can to deal extra damage and heal up any HP that you might have lost. He does hit very hard, so try to either interrupt him or dodge when he's going to hit you, or shoot a laser beam at you, but generally he's not too difficult to avoid. Watch out for this laser attack. It can track pretty well, so if you take damage, it's more than likely going to be from that. When he does the thrust attack like that, I tend to just jump, as it tends to avoid it completely. Also, watch out for that 2-hit combo right there. It does hit pretty hard. Especially the last hit of that combo, that does a lot of damage. But thankfully, I thought ahead and saved that green orb for just this kind of situation. And anytime you kind of sword clash with him like this and he staggers backwards, be sure to capitalize on it or get out of the way, one or the other. Ideally, you'll want to stay aggressive and go for those extra hits, but if it's a little late and the timing's off, yeah, just avoid it. Here we get some pretty good damage in Devil Trigger mode, but shortly after we kind of get slapped out of it, so yeah, don't get too greedy like I did here. Also keep an eye on him because he does teleport, and if he gets you at a bad angle, yeah, that could be either big damage or just, a death, so best to avoid that if you can. In this last bit, I think I got him in kind of a sword clash loop, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if you could do that intentionally and just exploit his AI. Okay, next we'll have to jump up here. Yeah, I did a little bit of wandering around, so I decided to just cut that out. But yeah, jump up, and you'll put the chalice right on that altar up there. It's a gold statue of a knight. It looks like something was placed here. And we'll use the chalice. Okay, now that the way is open, we'll jump over to the other side and pick up that green orb. Although it actually doesn't matter at this point, because the mission's over after we exit. Not gonna lie, I didn't know exactly where to go here, but it turns out that you have to drop down and go through the door to the back of the room, near where the first green orb was. Yep, just back here behind this altar. And we've reached the end of another mission. How's the rank? Another B rank, alright, nice. Maybe sometime I'll go back and do S ranks on all of these. We'll see. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.